Hello, everybody. I am Peter the Booklover, and this is Halls of Eights. This is where I talk about my new arrivals, the new books that I've acquired. And these are a bunch of nonfiction books, and I'm going to talk about them. Hello, everybody. I'm Peter the Booklover. I like to read books, and I like to talk about books and collect books. So I make videos to where I talk about the books that I read and collect. In this video, I'm going to talk about some books that I recently acquired. Now, before I get into the video, I want to thank everybody that's here for being here. Thank you so much. If you're new here, I really appreciate you checking out my channel. And if you're returning, you're really wonderful for coming back. Thank you for coming by. So let's talk about this. Now, the first book that I'm going to talk about is The Story of Harriet Tubman, Conductor of the Underground Railroad by Kate McMullen. And this is the story about Harriet Tubman. Now, the thing about it is, this is going to be a lot of new information to me. I do know one thing about her is that she helped a bunch of slaves that were people that were slaves, a lot of black people that were slaves, escape from slavery. And it was the right thing to do because I don't think people should be slaves of other people. And I'm very glad that she did what she did because, I don't think anybody should be a slave to anybody else. I believe if you want somebody to work for you, if you want somebody to work for you, you should pay them. But yes, this looks like an interesting story, an interesting book, and I'm looking forward to checking this out. Okay, the next book that I'm going to talk about is another book on Harriet Tubman, The Road to Freedom. This was by Ray Baines and Joanne Mattern, and this is another story about Harriet Tubman, and I'm not familiar with her history, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to spend a day reading these two books. These books are very short, so they shouldn't take me a long time to read. Like I said in the last book, she helped some slaves escape slavery, and it was the right thing to do. Okay, the next book that I'm going to talk about is An Incredible Inventor, Thomas Edison. Yeah, this is by Louis Sabine and Johann Early Macron. And this is the story about Thomas Edison. And the thing about this guy, this is the inventor of the light bulb, but at the same time, this guy actually stole a lot of ideas from Nikola Tesla. And it's a shame that he took some of the ideas from him, but at the same time, he was a pioneer himself. And it's really cool on how he came up with a lot of the things that we use today. The telegraph and the light bulb are things that we still use today. Well, not the telegraph, but the light bulb, definitely. And I really would like to read about this guy. So, Thomas Edison. I already read a book by Nikola Tesla, and that was very interesting. The next book is another scholastic book. This is about a bold pioneer, Davy Crockett. And this was written by Lawrence Sentry and Johann Early Macron. And this is pretty much the story of Davy Crockett. I believe he helped fight in the Alamo. I'm not sure exactly what he did, but I'm interested in reading about him. I'm not familiar with his story, but I'm looking forward to reading this. That's why I love these little books. These are short books, and you can learn about a lot of famous people in history. Okay, the next book that I'm going to talk about is by Sir Walter Raleigh, and this was written by Stephanie Samantino McPherson, and this is pretty much about Sir Walter Raleigh, and this is another character that I really do not know anything about. As a matter of fact, out of all the books that I'm going to talk about here, this is a person I had known nothing about. So I'm looking forward to reading this and finding out who this person is and what he did. Okay, the next book that I'm going to talk about here is about a Native American, written by Catherine A. Welch, and this is Geronimo. Now, I do not know much about Geronimo myself. I do know that I hear people, when they jump off a cliff, they'll say Geronimo, or you know, I'm not. That's the only thing I'm really familiar about this character. I would like to read about him, but I do not know any information about this person. I don't remember learning anything about him at school, so this is going to be new to me. Geronimo. Okay, and here's another individual I do not know a lot about. This is by Candace Ransom, and this is Daniel Boone. And this is another one of the same type of book. These look pretty interesting. They look like books that you could read in a very short period of time. I could probably read 3 of these books in one day, which is really cool. You can learn a lot in that day. And I don't know much about him, but I am looking forward to reading about Daniel Boone. Okay. Now, the next book that I'm going to talk about is about somebody you know a little bit more about. This is Stealing Home, the story of Jackie Robertson. And this was written by Barry Dundingberg. And this looks like a pretty interesting book about Jackie Robertson. I know Jackie Robertson is the first black person to really play professional baseball. And he faced a lot of controversy when he played, a lot of racism in the crowd, but he stuck to it and he really broke barriers. And I'm really interested in reading this story. Jackie Robertson is an incredible story, and it sounds very interesting. I'm looking forward to this. And that's about it. That's 8 books that I've recently got, all nonfiction, and I'm looking forward to reading those. Now, if you like the video, please do me a favor, hit the like button. I would really appreciate that. Every time that I see that, I know that you like my content, and I really appreciate that. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. I make new content all the time, and I'm constantly trying to improve it. So I try to make it worth your time if you come and give my channel a visit. So thank you very much. I love that you're here. I am Peter the Book Lover, and I hope to see you in the next video.